Hello, my beautiful people. The lighting is crazy here. I don't know. That's better. Yeah, much better. Let me adjust that. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. And again, for those who are watching me for the first time, my name is Ashley Shelley Mwangemi, the Jungle Queen, and I'm bringing you this series of my story about how I came to live in the bush after I had been working and living in town. I'm gonna go back really fast and recap from the last video, but before I do that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, politely, kindly, pretty please, do press that button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the story, because trust me, it is going to get so exciting. It's going to get all action and all that, you know. I'm introducing myself little by little so I don't scare you. It's gonna get dramatic. It's gonna get like tarantara. Anyways, so backing up the story, the last episode we talked about how I was totally blown away with I'm still having the cold, so time to time I'm going to irritate you a little bit because my throat is like I don't know what to say. It's just acting up. Anyway, so I came here with my sister, totally blown away. There was so much growing, and the people around were growing everything you could think about, from fruits to, there was lots of mangoes, there was lots of pawpaws, there was lots of sugar cane, there was pumpkin, there was everything, there was even fish. And then we walked to the river. I was like, hey, say what? The river was so full at that time because it had just been raining. It was so green, it's so beautiful. And I was like, take my heart, you got it, this is it, I'm not going anywhere, there's no turning back. I know the trip was hectic, the trip was crazy getting here, but I'm sold. Yeah, that's me. Take the money, I am coming here definitely. So anyways, before, how did I get to, you know, be here and be, you know, in the jungle, in this bush? What happened is I'd always had this desire to be somewhere in a ranch. Every time I thought about my future, I thought about being in a ranch somewhere with a huge field with everything, like sheep and goats and chicken, pigs, everything, like a farm that has everything in one. And it's always had been my desire, always had been my desire. And so when sorry excuse me. So when I shared this idea, then at that time, shared this idea to my ex, he was like, oh, okay, let's see if we can find something, that you might like. I was like, are you for real? He says, yeah, I'm for real. So how I got myself in Malindi, remember? Okay, nothing to remember because I haven't said it yet. The thing is, I never thought in a million years I would come back and live in the coast, because I am born and bred and, you know, raised in coast. And I didn't like the idea of struggling in the heat, apart from the beach and the beautiful, amazing fish and the tasty foods. I just wanted to come here and go back to Nairobi. The weather was not just giving me. The weather was like, I don't think you can do it. I kept asking myself how I did it, growing up with my siblings. But anyway, we partially grew up in Malindi, and then partially went to live with my grandmother up in the hills of Taita. And so now that's where this whole idea of living in the farm was born. And I don't know if it was there before. I guess I will make another video about the connection between everything that I'm doing right now and everything that I did before, how they just marry together like perfectly. So partially living with my grandmother up the hills, we fetched water, we still do, from the springs. Just from the ground, water just comes up, and then we put up a tap, and people from that kind of village, they draw water from that, and the water is delicious. It's cold. It's one of the coldest places I have stayed. It was terrible. So transitioning from you living somewhere where it's so hot, it's hot, super hot, and then suddenly you're now living in a place. Oh, the dogs are going crazy. Sorry. I'm gonna pause that just a little bit. All right, they're quiet now, they're calm. So anyway, like I was saying, there was everything, like pretty much everything in the farm where we stayed with my grandmother, like my home, where my father comes from, because my mother comes from the coastline side of, part of the coast, and my father from the hills. So such a perfect combination. Ooh, baby. Anyways, we had everything. There was everything, all sorts of fruits. We had avocados, we had mangoes, we had sugarcane, we had like everything, sweet potatoes, maize, cassava. There was everything. We literally got everything from the farm. And my dad's younger brother and some of other relatives used to grow other cash crops like capsicums, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots. Oh, it was just something else. And so now, as a child, you're thinking this is torture. So for me, I thought, by the time you after school, you're told, okay, take off your clothes, you have to go and finish like a portion of a section that everybody has to finish their portion that is assigned to them. And I hated it. Oh, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. But then what saved me, I'm a very good cook. I had always had this passion for the kitchen, for creating something. I'm very creative. So when it came to who is going to go down and who's gonna cook, I always saved, because they knew I would cook. I'd be fast and the food will be. So yeah, that was mostly my side of assignment, to cook and then join others later. But if it's in the evening, when we have to go and get water, we were assigned different chores. Like we had a timetable. And in my family where I come from, there's no, this is a man's chore and this is a woman's chore. We split everything equally. Like if the boys, there's no boys and girls, you're mixed, so you're paired into whatever, because we were lots of us. And there's those, we did grind maize flour. You put maize in the funnel, and one person on the other end, one person on the other end, and then you tighten that machine. I don't know how you call it. I still find it fascinating. By the way, if anybody has that machine, I am so interested. So anyways, would go one person on that side and one person on this side, and we will, you know, come up with a rhythm, and you go on and on and on. And then some are going somewhere to go and look for firewood, and then some will go and fish water, and then there are those who are assigned to cook and clean dishes. So we had such chores, and there was no like, this is for who and this is for who and this is for who. So there was that circle, and everything that happened to me growing up with my siblings, it shaped me into the person that I am today. I didn't know about this fire in me to, and the desire to live in a farm or create a farm. Because when I came here, it was just bush land. There was nothing apart from the neighbors who were doing farming. So that's where it started, and now here I am trying to, you know, make it work. At that time, my ex, very brilliant ideas, and he come up with his, you know, timetable, and he made me figure out like how sukuma wiki would, you know, how long does it take before you harvest an acre of sukuma wiki, what is the yield if done properly. So we did all those before anything else, and then now we decided let's do it. So we said voila, and so here I was juggling the spa and the farm. So I'm doing 2 weeks Nairobi, 2 weeks Malindi, and it got so hectic for me. It got so hectic. I tell you, it got so hectic. There was no time for me to rest. The moment I'm in Nairobi, I have clients, like 5-6 clients waiting for me, one after the other, after the other. And remember, I've been on the road driving, and I drive a manual, by the way. I don't drive an automatic. So those who drive manual cars understand what I'm talking about. Or you are so tired and drained, and the trip is long, tiresome, crazy. So did that for the 3 years. Things took a very, very wrong turn, not how we expected it. Spent a lot, so much, and nothing was coming in. So we decided to take a break. And so, like I said in the, I don't know if, because I did a lot of videos and they kept getting rejected, so I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but my brother, when my brother told me to come here so that I can make things work, is that everything changed. So when I came here eventually, that night was tough. I got a room in the shopping area because we didn't have any sleeping arrangement here. So I would drive. So Monday to Fridays, I will be here during the day from 6 in the morning to whatever time, maybe 6 at night. Then I will go into my room. I had a little meko and a mattress, just that, and a basin and a bucket, and just my personal stuff. About 8 kilometers from the shopping center to the farm. So I do 8 kilometers in the evening, 8 kilometers in the morning. And long story short, it didn't seem like it was making any financial, you know, sense. But it was scary. What I was about to do was very, very, very scary, because remember, so at that time, we don't have a house yet. So I'm living in this place, and I'm thinking, what if I lived in the farm? So here we got somebody who could make, you know, could build just a simple like maybe 4 rooms, so I can have my own room when I'm here during the days that I'm here, which is Monday to Fridays. And then from Friday evening, I don't go to my room, I drive back to town where now I live. That's where my house is, in Malindi. And so now I started thinking about, coming here fully. We harvested so much. I was so overwhelmed because I had to take, like, I remember the very first time when I filled up the pickup with capsicums, not in a crate. We just threw them in, the pickup area, the open area. We just filled it up all the way to the brim. And then we went to an open market. I packed like this. Within 2 hours, we were sold out. I was like, ooh, what did I miss? Oh, this is so exciting. Went back the next day, we did the same. And so I started looking for where the open market is, in an area like this. I was told that the specific villages have an open market specific days, like on a Monday you find it somewhere in Saturdays in Kilifi, Mondays probably in Tezo, and different towns. um, I don't know if I can call them towns really. And so every day of the week I was out selling produce from the back of the pickup, and I would get everything sold out. And so when the idea to come and have a small house where I can now share with the workers, the manager and the supervisor, instead of me, because at that time I was renting them a place where they were staying. And so now everything started making sense. I was like, I'm gonna do this. And that's where I don't know what's happening. What happened to the video? Why does it look weird? I don't know what's going on. I hope it goes through. I don't know. Anyways, so eventually what I did, when I realized it was actually working, and it didn't work when I wasn't there, there must have been something they were doing. And that's another story for another day. We found somebody who was gonna take care of the structure. I went and got iron sheets, nails, a few bags of cement for the floor, and a few, the corners, because we were doing a mud house, just a simple one, since I still had a house in Nairobi and I had a house in Malindi. So I had two homes, and now this would be like the third one, and I didn't want to go too crazy because I wasn't so sure if it was gonna work. So then at that time, when I got the materials and everything, I went to Nairobi. Drove to Nairobi. I was so excited coming back. I know I have my own room. I don't have to rent at the shopping center. And I would bring my small bag of whatever essentials that I may need, some t-shirts and some sweatpants and some jeans and my gumboots, and I'm good. Drinking water in the car. And so going to Nairobi, I come back to an open field. There's no houses, no nothing. So I asked, what happened? Did the guy not come? What happened? Oh, he came, he took the measurement the way you showed him, and he just disappeared. He didn't show up. But then one of the workers decided he was going to use the material to fix his house that was leaking. So they took all the iron sheets. I think it was about 25 pieces of iron sheet of 3 meters, and they used it. Yeah. I was so mad. I was so confused. I was so pissed. I was like, is it you, God, protecting me that I should not come and stay here? And everybody, remember at that time, everybody is as scared as I am, and they are telling me, don't you try to stay there by yourself, and you don't have a proper house. You need a proper house. But my brother is like, it's working, so you need to stay there if you want it to work. Long story short, I was so heartbroken. I was so broken. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start. And I just left it. I just left it. I took a step back. I was just too discouraged. At that time, my ex was so fed up of all the, backstaging, back steps. And he was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this. So at that time, he had left, and we worked perfectly together. That is for sure. But we got to a place where my desire for this place was way too high. The fire was burning so fiercely, and his was like discouraged. So we maturely sat down and decided, you know what, it's not good for us to force anything. Let's take a break, and if at one point we feel like, okay, let's give it another try, we're gonna give it a try. So yeah, he left and I was left here to fight. And so that's where the adventures started. And so now I will leave you to wait for part 3 so I can give you the real adventures of the jungle. All right, thank you so much for watching this part 2. I am so excited. So I feel so motivated that I've come this far. So thank you for watching, my darlings. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, share any ideas. If I have left anything hanging, kindly, politely send me an inbox, write a comment, share with your friends, and let's see where this series is gonna end, because it's long. All right, have a lovely evening. I love you all. Bye bye. See you next time.